Hello, everyone. I'm Akhil again. So if you guys have joined, I would like to start this broadcast. And today we'll be discussing about digital intelligent experience powered by HCL Commerce. So if you have been watching Royal Cyber webinars in the past, my name might not be a new name for you. I focus on the HCL Commerce platform, and mostly any webinars on HCL Commerce are delivered by me. So it's been a while. COVID has been keeping everyone busy. So I hope you guys find time to join this one and it is of value to you. So if you guys can already see my screen, I'll like to jump and start it. And yeah, there you go. That's my screen. Let me make it full screen on my side as well. And yeah, feel free to ask me any questions in between if you would like to. I would be more than happy to answer. I will not be sticking entirely to the agenda. I will try to divert here and there based on because Royal Cyber's objective is more on sharing the experiences that we have rather than being very to the point. We'll try to share our experiences, what our customers are thinking. So we might take a little diversion on the migration side because that is one of the hot topics right now. We're also hearing about a lot of terms regarding Mac, composable commerce, monolith, microservices. So probably we'll touch upon that as well a little bit on what, as an organization, Royal Cyber thinks or recommends. So we'll touch upon that as well. So let me proceed with the agenda today. So we are going to talk about. Okay, it's not moving. Now it should move. So yeah. So we'll be focusing on what HCL Commerce / WebSphere Commerce has been, where we are today, where it started. Just a quick recap of the historical data. And while I was looking for it, I actually have a commerce background, WebSphere Commerce background. So there are a lot of things that I didn't know about. So I thought it would be good if I can share that with the audience. I'll be touching upon how for merchandisers, the platform is turning to be something of value, like more value as compared to other platforms in the market. What are the new tools? You all know that 9.1.7 has been released as well. And there are a couple of new tools as part of that release. I'll be touching upon that. And then we'll be talking about power of what, which is like why we need a platform which might be all in one rather than focusing on one particular area or technology. So as we can see, more and more emphasis is on online sales. COVID has kind of pushed that envelope further, and we have customers who have been doubling up their numbers in terms of online sales. So what are they talking about? What are they thinking about? So I'll probably try to, without sharing any names, I'll try to put that forward too. Business empowerment as a business user also, what kind of new tool set is available to you that you can utilize towards your goals, so you spend less time in following up with other folks within the team, and you can do those things yourself. So unless you're aware, you will not be doing it. So I'll try to touch upon that. And maybe you already know this, but I'll try to just from the vendor perspective, like, what we tell our customers to do, I'll be talking about that. How you can sell more and not worry about platform updates, new technologies, and how you can make sure that your customers are getting a very good experience without fiddling too much with the existing setup. So, and that's where somewhere I'll also touch upon how Royal Cyber has been able to help our customers, walk that extra mile, how they can sell more, better conversion with some of the tools and solutions that Royal Cyber has built and which are compatible with HCL Commerce out of the box. So we'll go through that list. It's a long list. So we'll spend some videos for you, which we have put together rather than wasting time going to the environment and walking you through some demos. We have some captured videos edited, so you can save your time and still get the value. And towards the end, I have to blabber about myself, about the organization, that why, if you're not working with Royal Cyber, why you should do that, and what advantage that can bring to you as a partner. So with that, for people who do not know Royal Cyber, yes, we do not own the building. It's a very popular and N-shaped building in Naperville. Most recently, I heard about the architect who had designed it. He passed away. So that was a sad news. But yeah, we have one of the floors in this building. We have been in this office for almost a decade now. We were founded in 2002, 1,000+ employees globally, 600+ clients globally. We are headquartered in Naperville in this office, and we are present in 10 countries. So we have our development centers, sales offices, client locations. And after North America, I would say our second largest area of operation is APAC. So we have a lot of customers that we acquired in APAC, and we are working with them. Yep, quality is paramount. If there's no quality, I would not be able to have my customers continue working with them over years and years and years. It's my 11th year with the organization, and I'm very proud to say I am still working with customers who were working with Royal Server long before I joined. So it's very important us to maintain that quality and innovation, which can help our customers understand what we're doing. And and it's kind of a relationship that we have to keep on moving forward with. So we provide the services so that you can be happy and you stay with us. Some of the areas that we expertise in, e-commerce, of course, e-sites, m-commerce, that's where the whole world is trending into. Headless solutions, which also covers your microservices, order management, customer experience analytics. Another very crucial area that still I have seen many customers do not focus on, but it is a very important area. I have one slide on that. I'll talk about it. A digital experience is another area that is somehow getting the same boom it used to get in late 2000. World is moving towards augmented reality, 3D, especially more and more people staying back home. So for conversion, these are the tools that are required for any customer to give their customers the experience they're looking for as if they were in store, and proceed with the checkout. AI search, NLP is no longer a strange term. If not using NLP, you are losing out on business, and that's one area we'll be touching upon. And of course, artificial intelligence solutions other than chat search. We have Chatbot as well. So we'll talk about that. So let's start with the presentation. I hope everyone has joined who were supposed to join. And in terms of historical view, we're going to talk about the legacy. So the story goes like back in 1996 when the Atlanta Olympics were being scheduled, and they wanted to sell tickets. So at the time, there were not many online portals or platforms available which would enable you to do that. So they thought, okay, we need to sell them online. So that's how the platform came into being, and it was called Ecommerce at that point. And they released in 1996 versions 1, 2, 3.1, and 3.2, which was then rebranded as WebSphere Commerce Suite in 2001. And they released version 4.1, 5.1, and that went on going at a slow and steady pace till I would say 2005. When they had version 5.6.1, and that's where the competition also started getting to the picture. We had SAP Hybris, Salesforce, Magento, a lot of other platforms coming to the play. The market was getting crowded. That's when version 6 came out, and so version 6 was a lot improved version on top of version 5, and version 7, as you know, that was I think a very strong competitor to other platforms, and I would say that, and it was for the longest period the only version from IBM at that time. They had various fixed packs, feature packs, but I would say that was one of the most stable. As we move towards the version 8 and 9, that was one of the most stable products. If I look back at WebSphere Commerce, version 8 came in 2015. Wasn't talked about much because people were not able to get the updates that they were looking for. Management Center was a pain. And everyone was looking to move away from it, but it was not included in version 8. And then version 9 came in 2018. And I guess everything changed from there. Management Center still did not make it. The new version did not make it through in version 9, the original release. But as we know, we do have an upgraded version now, and everyone seems to be happy. But that's where also the transition of the platform as WebSphere Commerce brand happened from IBM to HCL. And everyone was wondering what's going to happen. It's like all the customers went on the back foot, whether they would want to do migrations or they would want to watch how HCL is going to handle it. And I'll leave it to you guys to see what happened from there. HCL actually brought this platform to the glory it had always witnessed and more. Most recent release been 9.1.7 with a lot of additional enhancements. The whole landscape of WebSphere Commerce, I would say, has changed drastically. And if I have to pick one platform which checks all the boxes for me or any of my customers, and I would say I'm a little inclined towards HCL Commerce because I've been an architect on the same platform. I work for various customers, so I do have an inclination as well. But I'm not being biased based on my customers' experiences. I would say it's one of the most promising ones. And don't hold my word on this. It seems, lo and behold, HCL Commerce is back in the with the contenders. They have been made part of the Gartner study released in August 2021. And if you're still wondering where HCL is, a little star for you to point it out. So I think they have started from way back, but I looking at the popularity, looking at the feedback I'm getting from the customers, I think they're going to catch up soon. And maybe next time when the new Gartner study is released, HCL might be back in the leaders pack. Some of the things that Gartner did point out about HCL, which no other platform offers, is like the scalability for the transaction volumes. No one comes close, and these are the words I am using from one of the HCL blogs or the Gartner content. And out of the box, if you're talking about which platform offers you the maximum capabilities, I think HCL also is a clear leader over there. In terms of architecture, they are not monolith. They are kind of in the middle. They are, I would say, not microservices, not monolith. They're right in the middle, where slowly they're transitioning towards getting all the features on microservices or RESTful APIs, so that you have the flexibility to loosely couple the platform and probably only use it for the e-commerce capabilities. But I would say this is the only platform which is right in the middle. There are other competitors which are either microservices entirely or entirely monolith. So if you do follow Royal Cyber website, we are going to launch, I would say, step-by-step guide for any customer who is as confused and as everyone else to which platform to choose in terms of technology. So it's a step-by-step guide that we will be sharing shortly, which will help you understand which platform you should be looking for in terms of technology. I'm not talking about brands. I'm talking about what technology you should look forward to, whether it's microservices, a hybrid approach, all-in-one approach, a monolith approach. So you can read that and get some insight. There are more and more additional tools available for merchandisers, business users, so you have more power in your hand rather than depending upon a larger team to achieve your goals. And the platform out of the box supports B2B, B2C, B2B2C on the same platform. So extended site functionality, everything is available to you at a click of a button. And it really helps because as of 2021, as we work with various customers, we can see that customer is looking for more and more personas. They're not limited to B2C anymore, or they're not limited to B2B anymore. They do want B2B2C, B2B2B, influencer persona, D2 direct to consumer persona. So having a platform which can give you the flexibility to develop all of those on the original profiles does help a lot and helps you save the time as well. So that is another area that HCL Commerce shines. I'll leave that. If you are looking for the full-fledged study, I would suggest you go to the HCL website or on their LinkedIn page, and you will find a link how you can download the entire Gartner study for August 2021. Next topic, how the platform is helping to empower the merchandisers. So here, one of the main thing that I guess everyone knows now is search. So if your search is not working the way it should, you are not only losing out on the business, your customers are not able to see the content that you have been trying to provide with all the hard work, using multitude of PIMs. If you're using external PIMs, if you're enriching the data, you're trying to give the customer as much knowledge. If you're using multiple images so that they get the best view of the product, you're using 3D, AR, everything is for a waste if the customer, when they come to your site and they search for the product, and if the product does not show up, or even if it shows up, it does not show up on the first page, or where they can catch the eye. So it's very important, first of all, to understand and comprehend what the customer is looking for, and then give them the results that is precisely they're looking for, because no one wants to waste time nowadays. I don't think people have too much of a attention span now. Mostly people are on the move with capabilities like voice search or image upload or image search. Not many people are typing nowadays. So having NLP available to you out of the box without any hassle of integrating third-party solutions just simply gives you an upper edge. So with HCL Commerce now, they have Elasticsearch available to you. Solo is also available. NLP out of the box, you can actually have a conversational search. If you're on the move, you can use the voice feature to say, okay, I'm looking for a blue shirt, less than $10 or something, and that's exactly you will find. So you don't really have to browse and search for the $10 item and then add that to the shopping cart and move forward. So it does help a lot, and that is what is available to you with version 9.1.x. Second thing is, like, the customer does not really have to go through various facets or filters to find, again, narrow down to their product. So if the requirement is understood properly, then that's what they're going to see on the first couple of rows, and they can click on it and move on. And I'll tell you one example again, and that was back 2 years back actually. One of our customers, Augusta Sportswear, and they were just they're on version they're not on version 9 yet, but they were using older version and they were using Solar, and they're a B2B customer. And B2B customers, you cannot really get new customers like as gradually as a B2C customer would, right? So, and they realized that a lot of the customers, when they come to the website, they know exactly what they want to buy. But when they were searching for those products, those IDs, this product was still showcasing somewhere lower on the page or maybe on the follow pages. So that means they were spending an additional X amount of time for the end-to-end checkout. So by moving to a search, which was more capable of understanding what the customer is looking for, which is also capable of automatically ranking the products which are being clicked more frequently based on the customer profile, they were able to increase their per hour revenue by 17%. So imagine if that is for a B2B customer, what it can do for a B2C customer. So, if you're not taking your search seriously, I guess this is the time. If you're not on version 9.1.x and taking advantage of the Elasticsearch, I would say it is the time to move forward on that. So a couple of things which are available to you out of box. You can, as a business user, actually from the management center, you can add custom nouns for the classification. You can configure with color matchmaker. That is a new feature that I've launched with 9.1.7 for the measurement as well. And these things, while they might not sound as if you can start using them up and away, but we have to understand, like, as customer experience is becoming more and more important, and you are plugging in additional solutions like 3D augmented reality or a 3D view. Imagine a scenario: you're selling apparel and you want the customers to be able to visualize that product on themselves. Now, we all know that we can use a mobile app and you can superimpose your face on it, but it might put the face on the garment, but it might not show you how it will fit on your body. So then the next step, and there are a couple of clients who have done that in the past, but not with that as much finesse. But in today's time, Royal Cyber has a solution, and it's very easily pluggable with HCL Commerce because of the various additional parameters or attributes which are available, where I can choose a body type, what my body type is, what is my height, what is my weight, some additional parameters, and then wrap the product I'm interested in on the fly. So it will tell me exactly, if I'm based on my body type, it will tell me exactly how the garment would settle in, and then I can decide whether I want to buy it or not. So it does cut down a couple of steps. It will cut down your return rate, like the amount of returns you're getting for the online orders. It might also reduce that as well. So it's really important that we provide all these features to the customers so that they can take advantage of it. And it's not just the natural language processing, it's also what the customer is going to see. So if you want to emphasize, you want to upsell, cross-sell any particular brands or any particular garments, you can also do that. You can manipulate those search results as a merchandiser. So you don't really have to work on the code level to apply those rules. You can do that as a merchandiser. In terms of natural language, one quick example, and so we keep doing these POCs and demos, and so we have our own store. This is one of the older iterations of the store that we have published using this single page application. So here you would see that using NLP, we are able to type exactly what we're looking for, so that we don't have to apply filters, and the results that we see are exactly what I'm looking for. So if I'm looking for a shoe which should be more than $100 or 100 pounds, that's exactly what I'm finding. If I'm going to look for maybe blue bags, so when I type it, that's exactly what I'm going to find. So I don't really, and especially when you're typing in a flow, you can type some additional attributes as well. Like, in this case, maybe I want a bag which is less than $5, right? So I can quickly type, blue bags, which is less than 5. So that's how the filters would be applied, and I'll only see the relevant results without wasting my time in clicking here and there, or clicking on the filters, or searching for my product up and down. So having that feature available to you out of the box, it does cut down a lot of time, and you can use the analytics that you might have on your website to see how much difference that this particular feature makes. So moving to the next slide, in terms of tooling, business tooling. So when we talk about how the latest version 9.1.7 is helping the merchandisers or the people who are looking at the catalog. So these are the various features which are available to you. Some of them are older features but have been enhanced. Some of the new features which are available to you with respect to handling the catalog, It has PIM capabilities. So if you're not enriching your data a little too much, you don't have workflows and stuff, then the platform itself is very much capable of giving you PIM capabilities, and you can go manage your products, the content, the associations. You can manage various views that you have created in the past. If you are working on various catalogs, you can create them, you can manage them. You can manage the SEO properties of various categories and catalog entries. You can even view with 9.1.7 the search statistics. So this is a new tool that they have included. It allows you to integrate with Google Analytics. So it gives you a view as a business user, as a merchandiser, what are people searching for on the website, and based on that you can make certain decisions. You can change various attributes. You can cross sell, upsell. So this is a very good insight where you do not have to depend upon a third party solution to give it to you. As a business user, as a merchandiser, you can log into the management center and that information will be available to you at your fingertips, because analytics is very much important. And here we don't have to just rely on what is available with HCL Commerce out of the box. We have to understand how HCL is trying to rebuild that ecosystem. So like if you're looking for some additional analytical capabilities or customer data capabilities, HCL as of today is trying to fill those gaps with solutions like Unica Discover. Then they have a upcoming CDP solution as well, which will help customers not only to understand what they need to sell, but also how, and even get some forecast with respect to what products they should further invest on, what warehouses are really moving the stuff, what is the price point that they should reach out to customers with. So all that information is really going to help you as a customer to plan your current year and the future years. And the thing is, like, because whenever you work with a platform, I think the biggest concern for any customer is to see to foresee how difficult or easy it is going to integrate this platform with 10,000 other platforms. Because as your needs would grow, your need for more and more data, more and more information will grow as well. And while one platform might not be capable to give all that information to you, a multitude or a collection of platforms will do that. And if you have to stay with the same brand, it really helps you with integration, because mostly these additional solutions from the same brand or same house would be they have the pre-integration in place. So it's all about plugging and moving on, so it can save you a lot of time. So that's what HCL has been trying to do. And if you're not taking advantage of the POCs, I think you should go ahead and do it. One of the very popular POCs that we have been doing for various customers and HCL is Unica Discover. They relaunched the T-Leaf platform. If you have heard about that, it was with IBM, but now they have this Unica Discover. So peak sales season is coming. I would say go ahead, ask for a free POC, which will give you a very clear insight on how the customer is behaving on your website. It captures all various platforms. It will tell you exactly what's going on, what the challenges are, what the gaps are, and so on and so forth.
Hi, Akhil.
Yeah.
Just want to add here a few things. There is a little bit of a lag in the voice and the screen. So if you can do a little bit slow presentation so our viewers can follow us, as well as, one of the questions that we got is, how does the solution work with HCL? Can you talk a little on those lines as to these solutions that we have? How can we integrate well with HCL Commerce platform?
So with the solution that Royal Server has, or the various solutions that HCL has?
The current solutions like catalog, PIM, and SEO analytics.
So these are the tools that the platform offers you out of the box. So if you're using HCL Commerce version 9 or even the older versions, 9.0.x or 9.1.x, so all these features are available to you out of the box from the management center. So this is a business tooling which is available on the platform itself. So yeah, we can, if you need a walkthrough, I will be more than happy to give you a quick demo on how these tools work. So you can always feel free to ping me, because that would involve you to walking you through the screens, which we'll be more than happy to do complimentary. That's perfectly not a problem at all. We'll be more than happy to do that. So yeah, reach out to us after this webinar, and I'll probably do that. So coming to the next topic, which is power of one. So what do we mean by power of one? So this is something which I was also touching upon in the previous slide. It's very important to see, because you are going to need a collaboration of solutions. Only the e-commerce is not going to do it. Only the CMS is not going to do it. Only the analytics is not going to do it. So on and so forth. So you need a platform which is easy to customize, offers you most of the or bulk of the functionality out of the box, is able to integrate with similar technologies or technologies that enhance the customer experience, which enhance the business user experience, uh, has ease of moving from point A to point B. So we have to keep that in mind. So with HCL, it does offer you bulk of functionalities out of the box itself. There are some additional functionalities like, if you want to have enhanced customer experience analytics, like, what the customer is doing, like in terms of, I wouldn't say use the term video to capture the video of the customer, but what it provides is actually the whole journey of the customer from various channels. I'll give you with a quick demonstration. So let's say the customer comes to the website, right? So personalization is something which is very common now. Everyone is doing, every platform does personalization. And it's actually funny to say or quote, like when the whole e-commerce boom started, at that time, e-commerce platforms had limited functionality. Like it was more focused on the cart part of it, the checkout part of it, and pretty much it. And customers were more dependent upon third-party CMS solutions. I still remember a couple of names back in the day, but the front end was handled entirely by the CMS, the whole flow, where they're showcasing the catalogs, the customers are landing on the home page, they're looking at the PDP, PLP, and then once they have selected what they want to buy and they move to the cart, that's where the e-commerce came into the picture. That trend started to move away from it, and towards the end of 2000s, like close to 210, 209, uh, the platforms started coming with their own CMS in-house capabilities too. So if you look at all the enterprise platforms, everyone came up with their own in-house CMS solution, in-house PIM solution, in-house promotions, marketing, everything. So you don't really have to go out and try to integrate it with a third party. While it was pretty good for quite some time, because at that time the expectations were not that high, but as we moved more towards the mid of 2010s, that trend started to die off. So people again started moving towards a full-fledged digital experience platform, which is your CMS, because it not only gave you the capability as a business user to edit your live pages on the fly, or create new templates, or add new content, or create new content, but it also made it a lot easier to publish those changes. So you could preview them, you can publish them, and you have very less dependency on the development team or the DevOps team or the infra team. You can preview the changes, you approve it, that would get published or become part of the pipeline that your DevOps team has set up. So, and that's where it's further moving now, because now people are not only looking for a separate DX, they also want to break down the e-commerce, because of the sheer size of the e-commerce engine. Breaking it down makes more sense, because then it gives you more choice on what you want to do with those individual capabilities. So maybe you want to design your own checkout page or cart page. You only want to use your e-commerce engine to process the payment as a payment processor, right? So, or maybe you just want to use the cart functionality from the e-commerce engine or the promotional capabilities. So that is totally with the customer what they're looking for. But breaking down those dependencies into small fragments not only means you can have separate people focus on those things, but the reusability also becomes paramount. Now, if you are an organization with multiple brands and you need various platforms, then it makes a lot more sense for you to have that granularity, because now you can reuse that code, you can use those modules, club them together, whatever you need for a new brand to launch, and you can go ahead and go live with it. You don't have to make sure that your new code does not break the existing code, because there is no connection between them. So that is one of the things why more and more enterprise organizations are moving towards microservices based platforms. But they do not realize, when they start looking into it, that when you talk about microservices, there won't be any front end, there will not be any business tooling. There would be a bare minimum, yes. They will not just give you the source code and let you figure it out. No, they would give you proper documentation. They would give you the details on the APIs, interface where you can test the APIs, manage the APIs, a bare bones dashboard where you can enable, disable features. But then they would have a tie-ups with various other third-party vendors for the front end, for additional or enhanced business tooling, additional or enhanced analytics, so on and so forth. So while it sounds very good, but you have no idea the amount of work it brings them. So that's why the trend that we're looking at right now, as I was saying, I'll be sharing more about the feedback we are getting from the customers, the trends that we see. So more and more organizations have dropped the idea of moving entirely from monolith to microservices, and they're trying to find a middle ground. And that is one of the reasons that most of the HCL Commerce or WebSphere Commerce customers who have put things on hold when that IBM to HCL merger happens, or that sell-off happened, now everyone wants to move to version 9. And it's not like they're thinking they want to move, because version 9 brings that right balance between a monolith and hybrid, and it gives you almost all the features out of the box. You don't really have to depend upon too much of additional customizations or enhancements. You can get your site up and running. And in case you have to migrate in the future, because of the XC architecture and the modularity, it had made that easier too, because now you can migrate just your backend logic and you don't have to worry about the front end. So because of the modularity, that has improved. And we see our customers who have gone live in 2019 on version 9 periodically, as and when HCL releases their update, major update, which probably they'll be doing every quarter. I think right now they're doing bi-yearly or something. It's very easy for them to quickly make it part that migration, to make that migration a part of their a monthly deliverable or a couple of sprints, and they have all the libraries updated. So it's very simple. I'll give you one example here on the collaboration part, like why a power of one is very important. So imagine a scenario where a client, a guy or a girl, is doing shopping, accessing various modes of interfaces. It can be tablet, a mobile device, or a desktop, and it's communicating, and suddenly and there's analytics piece on the right side, which is being depicted by a chatbot, which is looking into all the transactions that particular person is doing. That's where your customer experience analytics comes into the picture, because as a gradual process, you have to make sure the customer is getting what they're paying for, and they're finding the right information. And your interface is slick. It's not taking 5 seconds to load so that the customer goes away, because competition is really high right now. It's all about how quickly you can showcase what you have and how easy you can make it for the customer to move from point A to point B. So these CXA tools, they really help you understand the business that you're losing because of various challenges your site might have, which not even your testing team is aware of. So we have a chatbot which is keeping an eye on how the customer is interacting, and suddenly there's a break of service. The customer, it can be any reason. It can be a DDoS attack on your servers. It can be some JavaScript bug which broke the loading because of the load on the servers. Now, if the analytic tool was not there, it was not possible for you to even know that one customer out of 100 is facing that challenge right now. What if that person had like $5,000 worth of merchandise in the shopping cart, and he or she really wants to buy it? They have already entered the information, the payment information. And I'll quote one example. 2 years back, one of the customers faced this PayPal DDoS, and at the time, any payments going through PayPal was getting timed out. So what this CXA tool, in collaboration with solutions like AI chatbot that Royal Salmon has developed, it can immediately plug that gap. So this chatbot in a couple of seconds can understand that there's a customer who has X amount of products in the shopping cart, is trying to do a checkout, because you can ask the chatbot, or you can program the chatbot to focus on very key areas which are important to you as part of the checkout funnel. So, and then this chatbot sees that this particular person has already tried once and twice to make a payment, or try to use a coupon code, which probably gives them a little discount as compared to your competitors, and can be a differentiating factor for this particular person to do a checkout. So he or she is facing a challenge. So once they see they are facing a challenge, the chatbot can intervene. It can dynamically route itself into the picture and say, hey, Akhil, I think you are facing some challenges with the checkout, and I'm more than happy to help you here. Now, this chatbot is not being directed by anyone. He has been programmed. He's dynamic. He has his own artificial intelligence. It can automatically access all the HCL Commerce APIs. It can check my background. It can check my history. So if I am a customer who has been making an average purchase of like $500 every month, or on a yearly basis maybe a couple of $1,000, then I am an important customer, and the chatbot knows that. So the chatbot is going to decide the level of commitment or services it's going to provide. And if there are 5 or 6 customers like that at the same time, the chatbot is able to handle all of them with the same experience. So now the chatbot says, okay, I see there's a problem. I have your contact number. Let me call you. So instead of me being frustrated and dropping out of the website because I'm not able to check out and go to the competitor, now the chatbot and I don't want to give them a call and wait in the queue and wait for a response and check out. Now the chatbot has initiated that conversation. Someone calls me, I do a checkout. So you do not lose the money, and you will be shocked to see how much money you can lose, which you're not even aware about. I will not take names, but one of the customers, we did this Unica Discover POC last year in 2020 during this Black Friday. They lost close to 6.6 plus million dollars, and there was no error on the website, there was no issue, it was just the customer experience. The people were dropping off because sometimes, because of the traffic, they were hitting like 50 million pages per view on a monthly basis. Because of the experience that they were getting, they were dropping off. Some of them had coupon codes which were not working. So all of that, sometimes there were JavaScript that was breaking off, because if you do not have balanced containers for your front end, then it can get timed out if it's going beyond a particular time limit. So they lost that money. So that is the analytics, this tool. And this, again, I'm not going to try to sell the tool, but I'm just trying to tell you that POCs are available from HCL. HCL is trying to give you this technology to use so you can try it out, so that you can then make a decision whether it's worthwhile or not. And we are available here to do that POC implementation for you. Again, that POCs are complimentary, right? So you don't even have to worry about spending anything. But that's the whole idea about power of one. How you can, at any given point of the customer journey, you are in control, or you are deciding where the customer should go next, and if that is something that they're looking for or not. From there, we are going to move. I'm just going to do a time check. Okay, we are 35 minutes into it. So we have 25 more minutes. So I need to be a little faster because I still have a lot of things to show. So in terms of business tooling, again, I was talking about that with version 9.1.7. HCL Commerce has brought some additional tools to the mix. One of them is search analytics. So now you have a dashboard. If you go to HCL Commerce Management Center, you log in, you should be able to see the trends on the website. And it requires your integration with Google Analytics. So all that data is available to you on the same dashboard. You don't have to log into a separate application. All of that information is available to you, and you can make an informed decision based on the analytics you are capturing. Page Composer, not a new tool, but it has been there, but now it comes with enhanced functionalities. So if you have used DX in the past, so you will see a lot of features being brought in, which are of more value to the business users. So they are empowered. They can create new pages, they can preview them, they can launch them, they can edit data on the fly, so on and so forth. And of course, now you have this insights available to you. So that is also available within the dashboard itself. Business insights, what categories are doing really well, where the customer is getting stuck, how much sales you have done regionally, product wise, all those insights are available to you, and you don't really have to rely on additional solutions to get it. And this is also included in your 9.1.7. So if you're not on 9.1.7, a couple of these tools should be good enough for as a reason for you to do that quick migration and get access to all this tooling. And search, you already know Elasticsearch is available from quite many updates now, and NLP is available, so on and so forth. So yeah, if you're not on 9.1.x, this is about the time. So objective, anything that you guys are doing, any amount of money you are pumping in with your vendors, with your internal development teams, with innovation, with technology, infrastructure, the end objective is to sell more. If you sell more, you earn more revenue. You earn more revenue, you invest more in your platform. So it's like a cycle. So if you have the money, you will invest, you get more money, and so on and so forth. But how can we do it? Because at the end of the day, a platform is only going to give you X amount of functionality. And they're not looking at just you to plan the future releases or future enhancements. They're looking at industries. They're looking at probably how they can make HCL Commerce a better product for telecom. They're looking at how they can make HCL Commerce a better platform for retail, for industries, industrial, for B2B, for maybe outdoors, sports. So that's what they're going to focus on. And as a customer, maybe you might fall within that industry, but you can have your own unique requirements, which the platform is not going to fulfill. And that's where the vendors like Royal Cyber and others come into the picture. And as I have probably reiterated a million times, we have these add-ons that we have created from time to time, which not only allows you to give your customers a better experience, you don't have to worry about licensing, because all of these are open source tools. If you want to have a quick look at the POCs, you can always reach out. And I'll start with personalized search. Even though we have a lot of platforms, including HCL Commerce, which offers personalized search, but we have to see to what level that it does, right? So we still need some refinement. So your customers are not getting as a recommendation something that they probably by mistake clicked once a while, and that now it keeps popping up in their recommendation bar, or as a cross-sell or upsell item. So there has to be a level of intelligence or machine learning which can further make that customer that experience a very unique one. One quick I'll show you example is image search that we have incorporated using the Google reverse image library. So let's say I am on the website. I wanted to upload. I saw a model wearing some stuff. I wanted to upload that image and see if I can find the same products in the catalog. So when I upload that, the Google API not only detects one product, but all the products that that particular image would entail. So let's say if this model was also wearing shoes or a hat or sunglasses, all those become a heat map or a clickable area. So if you see the dot on the screen, it emphasizes on the various products that you can get recommendations on or search results on. So all you have to do is click on that particular highlighted area, and you will be able to switch between various products that are part of that image. So how cool is that? Because sometimes we don't even know how to search about products. We all have smartphones now which have capabilities of like 48 million pixels, 100 megapixels, so on and so forth. Clicking a photograph or downloading a photograph is like a few seconds job. You don't have to type anything, you upload it and you get all the results instantly. And how you have done your product attributes or SEO, that would determine the results that would show up on the corresponding screen. So you are not only making it easier for the customer, but you are also trying to take advantage of that feature, because now when the customer comes in and uploads an image, you can sell them packages like a whole dress, the whole combination. So you can make those recommendations. So you have opened up for yourself additional avenues of recommendation. And this search is like natural language, visual search, AI, ML, personalization, recommendations. It also includes the search back office which is part of 9.1.7 now. So what people are searching for, so you get to see that too. Chatbot, as I was showcasing in the power of one example, a chatbot has not been a new term now. I think it's easily been 4 or 5 years that the term has been thrown around. You already might be using a certain level of chatbot functionality, maybe a static one, which is only making the customer go through a flow of options like why are you here? Okay, I'm here for a return or a new you want to talk to a customer rep, or you want to send a message. And once you click on that option, and then you drill down to next level of options, that's more kind of a static chatbot. But where we are seeing traction and where are we seeing value is how we can enable the chatbots to be able to handle a customer query, which can be totally dynamic. How the chatbot will handle that if it was a CSR rep, right? So how a chatbot would enable a customer who does not want to search, or who's actually moving, who just wants to talk to someone and make a purchase. So that's where the chatbot, which is integrated with the HCL APIs, is able to come into the picture, look at your previous searches, your profile, what you are interested in, what your previous purchases have been, make recommendations. When you ask the chatbot to search for a particular product, it's going to tweak the results based on what your profile has been, how the profile has been set up, give you those products, even read out those products to you, show you the images, and you can make a choice by just talking back to chatbot. Okay, I would want to buy this. Then the chatbot is able to fetch your payment information after authorizing you or authenticating you. And once you may say, okay, I want to use my saved payment, you can actually do a complete end-to-end checkout just from the chatbot window. And these chatbots can communicate, and you don't even have to go to the website. These chatbots can communicate to you on WhatsApp, on Facebook Messenger, Skype, anywhere, you name it, and you can do that. And it's just one of the use cases. Another very popular use case is the CSR, when people are looking for their products, where it is. So chatbot, if the chatbot is integrated with all the backend systems, it can actually use that ID to go back individually into all those backend systems, whether it's e-commerce, whether it's ERP, whether it's a logistics system or end mile system, and it can come back and tell you, you know what, Akhil, your order is on the road right now. The truck is making a drop on so-and-so location, and by 12 o'clock, you will be getting the product. So you don't really have to go to my account section, because as a user myself, I see it's so tedious to go log in into with your information, then go to my orders and then look at where my order is, where it will simply say, okay, approximately on so-and-so date. And if you want more information, click on the USPS link or UPS link and find information there. So this chatbot can bridge that gap as well, and you don't have to even go to the website. All right, so visual platform, it's all about showing how the product looks before you sell it. So I would, if it was, if any of you were available to talk back, I would have asked you if you think it's a real Audi car or it's a 3D augmented Audi car. Uh, so if your answer would be like it's real, so I'll be simply feeling good about myself and my team, that because it's a 3D mock-up that we have put together using the platform that we have, which not only allows us to do a prototyping in a couple of hours, not even days, but we can take advantage of the platform for the complete workflow. So as a user, let's say if you wanted to do a 3D mockup or a 3D object creation for any of the products that you're selling on the site, using the 3D platform that Royal Cyber offers, again, it's open source, so there's no licensing involved, works with HCL Commerce out of the box. We have a customer who's using it right now, and if time permitted, I'll show that as well. So you can actually go there, make a request to your developers from the tool itself. Okay, guys, this is what I want as a 3D. It goes to your 2D developer if required, or to the 3D developer. You can view on a daily basis how the work is proceeding with the artifacts, because it has a library where all these final products would be sitting, where you can reuse. You can have separate team which is generating those artifacts on a daily basis and plugging into the library. So maybe next time you want to launch a 3D view of any of your 2D products, you don't even have to ask for development. It's already there. So you can just pick it up using the platform, attach it with the particular product, and once you refresh the PDP, you will be able to see that 3D product. And you can personalize it as a business user. You can also pass it on as an augmented reality if you have your own mobile application which has a library, or if you're using Royal 7 mobile app. So once you see that product in 3D, you can also augment it, so people can look at it at inside their house or garage or so on and so forth. And so talking about, these are the exteriors of the car that we have put together, and this is one of the POCs that we're working on. But here are the interiors too. So you can see the level of detail, and this is not even a high resolution video. This is just the platform of what is the art of possible when it comes to 3D augmentation at this point. So imagine you wanted to buy a car and you want to go through all individual what do you say, interfaces within the car. Like you want to see, open the drawer and see how the drawer will look like. You want to push back the sunscreen and see how it feels like. You want to look at the dial, what the light, what the lights are. If you switch on the ignition, what happens? What kind of sound comes in? So all of that is possible using this platform, and it just leaves everything to your imagination on what we can do. And yeah, that's what I'll be doing. I'll showcasing you some more videos, because this platform not only works as a visual treat, but also as a 3D configurator. So imagine you wanted to buy something which has various customizable components, and you also want to view them, how if that changes how it looks like. And maybe you just wanted to buy a particular component. Maybe if you already had this Caterpillar device and you broke the front arm or something. Now with the 3D configurator, you can not only configure your product, but if you're just looking for the parts, you can actually go to that individual part in this exploded view, and you can add it to the shopping cart. So maybe you do not know what to call that part, but now using this 3D capability, you can click on it, add it to the shopping cart, and do a checkout. So it really helps you to preview the product before you buy. And if I have to move further, because I have a couple of more things to show off. So imagine you wanted to buy a car. You want to accessorize it, change the colors, look and feel, how it would look. So I'll do a little forward here because this is a longer one. But you can change the colors. You can add interior colors. You can add exterior colors. You can add additional fitments, accessories. And and once you realize this is how it looks like, you have totally customized it. You can decide on the quality of the end product. You saw the Audi, the quality there. You see the quality here. Okay, it's not as that level, because that would be driven by your requirement. Because if we go with a little too high level of detail, that can help with the customer experience too. And not just cars and automobiles. We have your sports outdoor. So if you wanted to design your own golf stick, you want to design your own gaming pads, so the possibilities are endless. And it only helps to have a platform like this, because as a business user, you can raise a request, you can build your own artifact library, which you can use in the future for any of the new product launches or existing products. So your dependency on the team is, while you still have dependency on the 3D developer who's going to convert that tool into 3D, but you have a complete and very clear view of where that thing is, because of the whole workflow process which is part of this particular product. Subscriptions is another area which is picking up steam. It's not a new term, or it's not a new area, but we have seen more and more customers are adding those subscriptions, because that not only gives you a view of what customer is committing to you in terms of investment. You can also define your inventory, you can set up your pipeline. And even though we have seen that the subscription are usually not available on any platform out of the box, HCL doesn't have it. So we have built a plugin which will enable you to give you all subscription options, with both multiple discount options that your customer can choose through, and enable or disable any of the subscriptions on your website. Headless, not a new term, but HCL Commerce offers two SPs out of the box: Sapphire, Emerald. And if you're looking for more options, Royal Server is here, of course, using various platforms or technologies that we have used. We can our mobile application is, we have pure native applications, we have single page applications, we have hybrid apps. All of them are pluggable on top of HCL Commerce out of the box. So you don't really have to spend any time on reinventing the wheel. Automation. So since we are talking about DevOps as well, and we know that CI/CD is something which is offered on the platform out of the box. So you can do continuous integration, continuous deployment, but the challenge comes with continuous testing. So the platform does not give you that, and that becomes the bottleneck. So now your teams are, your developers are working on the code. The moment they check in the code, that integration is happening, that deployment is happening, their build is happening. So it's creating the build which is ready to be deployed. So deployment also is automated. The moment build passes a particular threshold, you can do that deployment, and then the testing process would start. But who's going to confirm if the build looks good, right? So that is a manual process. You need someone to verify if the build is good, and that would be determined by, first of all, executing all the test cases you have for that particular solution, and then verifying if the test case is passed or failed. For the failed test cases, you have to reopen the tickets if they were not created previously, or you have to create new tickets. And so that takes time. And once that happens, and let's say your build is passed, then you probably want to do some regression testing and so on and so forth. So if you depend upon that manually, you're going to spend days and weeks. It's not a matter of hours, or not even a matter of days. Actually, it would be easily weeks. And we have seen various teams struggling with the timeline, especially when you have very narrow timelines to meet. And I have seen that on majority all the projects, that the time that you spend on UAT, it gets negotiated a lot, and that is the area you do not really want to negotiate on, because you want to do as much testing as possible before you go live with that functionality. And that's exactly where the CT platform comes into the picture. Again, we have built our TIF platform, we call it TIF, on Selenium and Cucumber. This platform is not only capable of running tests across various channels. Let's say it can run at the same time on mobile devices, on desktop devices, if you have any additional use cases, various browsers at the same time. So you're not only cutting down your time, but you're taking away that manual dependency, because as a human you can still make an error. Probably you're doing a comparison of the mockups, how the designs look like and how the final product looks. You, as a human, I do not really have I cannot really differentiate if there's a difference in the pixel, right? So you cannot go to the pixel level and differentiate. That's where this machine learning, these platforms, they can do a pixel to pixel mapping. So if you have a threshold of like 1 or 2 pixels, then it might pass the project or the test case. But if it fails, it'll simply go back, reopen the ticket if the ticket exists. If the ticket does not exist, it could create a new ticket for you on Jira or any of the other bug tracking tools you are using, and assign it back to the developer. And all of that can happen in a couple of hours. So imagine you spending your QA teams, their effort, the time, the money, and like still you have to wait for a couple of days and weeks to get the results. The platform can do that in a couple of hours. It generates a report, gives you the report, the business uses the report. Okay, it passed the threshold, it did not pass the threshold, here are the end results. It captures all the screenshots of the discrepancies. So if there's a pixel mapping not happening, it generates a heat map, sends you, attaches that to the ticket. It makes the whole life easier, and it fixes that very important gap when we talk about complete automation. That CT part, it fixes that, and you'll be shocked to see how much time it saves you. On an average, we have seen the customers who use CT, and especially our platform, there's a decrease in 85% in terms of effort, and that is a lot. Having said that, we are coming to the last 5 minutes of our conversation here, and I still have to blab a little bit about the Royal Server as a partner. Again, this is a quick view of how the platform for our TIEF product looks like. Open source, you don't have to worry about licenses. You want a POC, reach out, we'll do it complimentary. And these were some of the important assets I was talking about, but this is a larger picture. Even this the recording would be available if you want to go back and see what I was showcasing. You can see all these accelerators are available with Royal Server out of the box. So if you are a guy who is not interested in Elasticsearch and you are wondering how HCL Commerce would work with Algolia, so we have already done it for you. All you have to do is reach out and we'll show you how HCL Commerce can work with Algolia search. If you're looking for CI/CD CT, we'll show you how it works with CT. If you want to see how various single-page applications communicate with HCL Commerce, if you are going to use that on Angular, React, Vue, we already has the SPA. We'll show it to you. And this is if you want to us to come and look at your migration that's happening right now to version 9, you're worried about your migration, we can do a complimentary assessment. We easily, almost all our customers right now are on version 9. I think the very first customer who actually went on version 9 was also a Royal Server customer. So we have extensive experience on V9. You have any questions regarding what you need to do, you can always reach out. All of these solutions would be available to you free of cost. So there's no cost involved there. Right partner. So technology is only one step that will take you towards success. The second step is going to be right partner. So you have to make sure that you are investing in the right partner. Your partner checklist covers all these areas that we're going to talk about really quickly before we open it up for any questions. Is your partner a strategic partner? By strategic partner, I mean he's not here just to get you money. He's here to see that you achieve success, because if you achieve success, then your partner is going to achieve success. Is he telling you what's new in the market? Is he telling you what are the latest security updates on the platform that you're using are available? What is the urgency for them to be deployed, right? Is your partner showcasing you what are new technologies or new solutions or enhancements which were released as part of the most recent upgrade on the platform? Is he or she doing those POCs for you, showing it to you? Because you don't need to spend time on there. You need to be focusing more on your goals, like what new enhancements you want, where you want to be in terms of revenue. So you need a partner who's proactive, who's keeping a very tight eye on your platform, looking for opportunities that he can do POCs or demos on and try to cross-sell, upsell. Because it's not, see, at the end of the day, the partner is trying to expand the business, but it should be that they're showcasing you the value. So if you like it, you pick it and implement it. If you don't like it, you move on. So those demos has to be very very frequent. If there's something new, you should not be coming to know it from the conferences, or what, your platform has this, and it should not be a surprise for you if you see this presentation and you see, oh, there's a search tool available now, or oh, there's a insight tool available now in version 9.1.7 that I can use. So if your partner is not telling you that, then I think you're with the wrong partner. So information, we do a lot of complimentary assessments from time to time. Whenever there is a peak sales season, we do complimentary holiday readiness assessments. We give you a fit gap analysis of whatever our findings are, and then either you can use your existing team to implement it, or you can use our services to do it. Our objective is to give you data so you can make an informed decision. On version 9, we are the only trainers who are actually giving development training and administrative training on version 9. There's no other vendor or there's no other organization who's providing it right now. And we started doing this in 2019. So we know what we're doing, and we are very proud to say that we are very good at what we do. And if you would want to ask any questions or are interested in any other POCs, we can do that for you complimentary. HCL is not letting any leaf unturned. They are very focused on how they can further expand their user base. The team, actually, I would say in their favor that HCL has been a lot more responsive, a lot more concerned about you as a customer, because they want you to get latest updates. They want you to take advantage of latest features so your customers come and stay with you. So yeah, help us help you, because if you are happy with us, we are of course happy, because we're getting more business. So at this point, I think I'll stop my blabbering, and you can ask me any questions if you have. And if not, then I will be publishing this video on various channels. You can always go back to it and come back to us with any other questions in the future. So yeah, Sakina, are we good? Do we have any questions? And if someone is still hanging around, I would like to show one of my customers' website and probably pose that question again that I love to ask everyone. Let me share my screen on this side. So this is Augusta Sportswear, one of our B2B customers, and I'm going to ask you if you think this is a 3D generated rendering or if this is a real cap. So you can look the level of details here, like, look at the mesh, and it just fails me to believe that it's a 3D, but it is a 3D. And the capabilities that we can do is like we can customize entirely using the 3D platform we have. So let's say if I was going to add something on the front of the cap, maybe I wanted some embroidery. So I can start by adding text till, and you can see that being previewed here. And that's not it. If I tilt it on the side and if I want that embossment to show up, I can do that too. So if I want a 3D, now look at it. So you get a very realistic view of what you're buying. And maybe it might be like, when you get a cap, it would look exactly like the cap you chose. And if we go back to leather patches, it does an amazing job with the leather patches as well. Okay, so I have to go back for that. I chose this. Next is decoration. Now I put this, and where'd the patch go? Okay, never mind. But you can feel free to go to Augusta Sports website, try it yourself, try the t-shirts which are using our technology. And yeah, if you want to do any POC for any of your products, let us know and we'll be more than happy to do it. So at this time, if there's no questions, if there's silence is good. I'll thank you for your time again. Thank you for spending 1 hour with me. And in case you have any questions, you can always come back to us. Thank you so much. And you guys have a good rest of the day. Bye-bye.